So I don't do a lot of videos about tokens because most of the tokens on the market are complete scams. So when I do make a video, like I've covered 2 tokens on this channel, and when I do make a video, it's because I believe it's a huge opportunity to get in early or potentially make some money. Of course, it's never financial advice, but my goal with these videos is just to provide you with information that you can use to do your own research. And that's why today I'm sharing Pepe Fork, aka Pork, which is taking over the timelines on X, formerly known as Twitter. So what is Pepe Fork? What does it mean to fork a token on the blockchain? And how can you get your hands on some pork for yourself? I'm going to explain all of that plus more in this video. I've also dropped the token's official Ethereum contract address in the description of this video, along with some other resources that will help you do your own research, because again, I don't care if you buy this coin. All I'm doing is providing you with some simple information that we know so far about Pepe Fork so that you can make your own decision. Also note, there is no official website, there's no Telegram channel, there's no Discord channel, there's not even an official social media account for Pork. So if you come across any one of those, know that it is a complete scam, so just stay away from it until we hear an announcement from the creator of Pork, which I'll touch on in just a bit. So naturally, one of the first questions I had when I discovered Pork is, what the heck does it mean to fork a token? Because after all, Pork is a fork of the Pepe token, the popular Pepe token. So I'm not going to go super in depth on this topic because I'm not an expert on forking tokens, nor am I an expert on blockchain technology. But in general, what it usually means is that you are creating a new version of an existing token by copying its code base, maybe making some modifications, and then deploying it as a separate entity on the same blockchain network. This process is usually done to introduce new changes or improvements to the token's functionality, economics, or governance model. Now, as far as I know, the main difference between Pepe and Pork, now there could be other differences, but this is just what we know so far. The main difference that we know is the team. The team behind Pepe is a team of criminal scammers who have stolen from the community, whereas the creator of Pork is Poly0x, who is a known influencer, and him and his team are known for delivering huge wins in the crypto space. And it also happens to be the same team that's behind the decentralized exchange Pondex, as well as its coin, Pondcoin. And since the original Pepe team has poor leadership and has stolen literally millions of dollars from the community treasury fund, Poly decided to take the token into his own hands and fork Pepe into a new token called Pork, which is what we have now, Pepe Fork, to create a more, let's just say, legit version of Pepe. But here, let me just allow Poly to tell you how criminal the Pepe team is himself.
One more thing, you guys. I want you guys to understand something. Doing this fork of Pepe and creating Pork was absolutely not something that I wanted to do. And it was, basically just the last option. And the truth is that the guys who created Pepe are all liars and they're all scammers. And, they're going to try to continue doing what they did with Pepe, but they're not going to ever be able to recreate the success of that because you as community members and I as a community member were able to do what they cannot do by themselves. And so they're going to, keep making new scams and keep trying to do all this shit. And I just want you guys to understand that these people are verifiable scammers and they are also criminals. So not financial advice. Do what you guys want with your crypto. Do what you guys want with your cash. Do what you guys want with your whole fucking body, right? Just do you. But I'm just letting you know, these guys are fucked up. They're bad people and they are very dishonest. And the fact that these guys made $20+ million and wouldn't give a single solitary cent to Matt Fury, who created Pepe the Frog, tells you everything that you need to know about them. And the Pond community stepping up and making it possible for us to give Matt Fury $1 million worth of Pepe at the time is one of the most amazing achievements that I've ever been part of in my life. So that's what we do, and what they do is give artists like him zero, and that's not cool. And I love artists and I love creators, and you guys are such the lifeblood of success around here. I mean, if you look at the creativity around Pond and the creativity around Pork, that's really what drives this stuff. So to shit on artists is so short-sighted and foolish. And these guys are the types of people that think artists don't matter and that you don't pay artists. Artists mean everything, especially in this environment. So this is a cautionary tale, and I encourage you guys all to avoid anything those guys touch. But that's not financial advice, and you can decide for yourself. So just want to put that out there.
That said, the only person that you should look to for any official announcements or updates about Pork is Polly0x on Twitter, the creator of Pork. If you're hearing it from anyone else, you should not trust it. You should always do your own research. And again, just follow Polly0x for any official announcements. When it comes to tokenomics, since Pork is essentially a copy of Pepe, it's pretty much the same token. It's an ERC20 token, obviously on the Ethereum blockchain, with a max supply of 420,690,000,000,000 tokens. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about what Pork really is. So without a doubt, Pork is still a meme coin, similar to Pepe, but nonetheless, it has done some crazy numbers in just under 24 hours. On January 29th at 11:35 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, that's where I'm at, Polly tweeted that he had officially forked Pepe, stating that 350,000 unique wallet addresses are eligible to claim Pork on Pond0x.com, which again is his decentralized exchange. To be clear, there hasn't been a claim option for Pork just yet on the Pondex website. However, at the time of that tweet, Pondex was made available to swap on the Pondex decentralized exchange, and that's how most all of us have acquired our Pork up to this point. But just to put into perspective how insane this token already is, I want to share some data with you that has been collected just in 14 hours since the token has launched. At the time of recording this video, Pork has already touched a $55 million market cap. There are more than 6,200 holders, and it's done over $50 million in trade volume. Not only that, but users who have had their eyes on Polly0x's Twitter account have already seen some crazy gains. For example, one user named Yak on Twitter turned $300 into more than $80,000 in less than 12 hours by swapping into this Pork token. And this falls in line with Polly's narrative of creating massive wins for as many people as possible. That said, Pork is already listed on some analytical websites such as CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and DexTools.io, and some centralized exchanges including MEXC, LBank, XT, and GroveX, and I'm confident that more prominent crypto exchanges will begin to list Pork, considering how popular this coin is in under 24 hours. But here's the thing, it gets even better. People that are swapping for Pork are mainly using the Pondex platform to do this, and if you don't know, 100% of fees that are generated using the Pondex website are then rewarded back to users. So we have this sort of flywheel effect where people are buying, or rather swapping Pork, creating a bunch of transaction fees that are all going to be rewarded back to users. So not only are people winning big just by getting into Pork early, but by using the Pondex website, you're also getting those swap fees that will be rewarded back to you as the user. So if you're wondering how you can get Pork, there are a few places where you can get it. Of course, you can use any one of those centralized exchanges that I just mentioned, but I recommend, this is just my personal preference, I use Pond0x.com. Again, this is the decentralized exchange that created the Pork token. So it's like, why wouldn't you use this exchange? It's literally the creator of the token that you are exchanging for. Now, to get Pork on Pondex, all you have to do is go to the website, connect your wallet, go to swap, and swap whatever token you have for Pork. If it doesn't work at first, try increasing the slippage just a little bit. I was successful using a 1.4% slippage for my transaction. So before I briefly talk about what this Pepe Fork could mean for the original Pepe token, I just want to take a minute to say and to clarify that you should always do your own research. I'm not here to spoon feed you. All I'm doing is simply providing you with some basic data that you can use to do your own research and make your own decisions. Of course, you need to take accountability for your actions, whatever you decide to do. That's not on me, it's on you. I'm also not going to speculate on the price of Pork because guess what? I have no idea how far this token could go, and neither does anyone else. What I do know is that Pepe reached over a $1 billion market cap just 19 days after launching, and Pork could perform better or worse. I don't know. That said, you might be wondering what this all means for the original Pepe token. It did take a slight dip after Pork was launched, and it has not recovered yet. I'm not sure if it will. It definitely could. But one other thing to note is that the Pondex protocol is a top 10 holder of Pepe. So let's say they were to swap that Pepe for the Pork. That could definitely have a pretty great effect on both Pepe and Pork prices. And if everyone who holds the original Pepe token swaps it for the Pork token, it's going to be absolutely insane. The number of holders is going to skyrocket. The market cap is going to skyrocket. Everything is just going to skyrocket. Again, you should only listen and follow Poly0x for official announcements for the PORK token. And if you are still storing tokens in a hot wallet, especially if you're making massive gains, then you need to know how to keep your crypto secure, which I explain in this next video. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.